Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, most people in this world voluntarily choose to spend more than they need to on products. I mean, if I put two identical or very similar products side by side but with different prices, most people would say, I'll take this one. Most people are spending more money than they need to on products, overpaying on stuff and just wasting money. And in this video, I want to talk about 12 things that people are overpaying for. And the first thing is groceries. For the past 3 years, I did all my grocery shopping at Walmart. In Colorado, there were so many Walmarts close to my house. However, I recently moved to Atlanta and I've been shopping at other grocery stores. And I've been shocked at the prices because they're noticeably different. For example, the price difference between a 4-pound bag of strawberries at Walmart and Kroger is 52%. The price difference between a 4-pack of strawberry Chobani yogurt is 23%. And the price difference of a gallon of milk is 21%. And these are the exact same products that we're talking about. Where you shop will affect you a lot more financially than inflation will. And people overpay on their groceries because they choose to shop at more expensive places. Shop at Walmart and your grocery bill will be drastically lower. The second thing is name brand products. Another thing that you are spending too much money on at the grocery store is name brand products, because most of the time when you buy something name brand, you are just paying for the packaging. And you are paying top dollar for that packaging. For example, the price difference between generic and name brand curry powder is 135%. The price difference between generic and name brand beans is 43%. And the price difference between generic and name brand chips is 24%. Sometimes there is a difference between name brand and generic, but a lot of the times there's no difference except for the packaging. And people overpay on products when they choose to buy name brand over generic. Now, the third thing is gym memberships. One thing that is really important to me is staying physically fit. And I personally like to train with weights and machines at the gym. And now that I've moved, I'm in the process of trying to find a new gym, and the area that I live in Atlanta has a lot of really expensive CrossFit gyms, and the price difference between gyms can be over 180%. You don't need to spend a lot of money to be physically fit. You don't even need to spend any money. But I like having a gym because it brings value in my life. But I'm not going to spend that much money because spending more money isn't going to make me more fit. And so instead, I'm choosing to travel a couple more miles away to go to a cheaper gym. Many people, especially in cities, pay a lot of money to go to these fancy CrossFit gyms thinking that it's going to make them more fit. But it's not about where you go, it's about what you do. And you don't need to spend a lot of money to be physically fit. Now, the fourth thing is measured cleaning products. So this is my new apartment. It's much nicer than my older apartment. And one life-changing thing about this apartment is that I now have a dishwasher. I am 30 years old, and this is the first place in my adult life that has ever had a dishwasher. And that machine saves me about an hour every single day. Washing dishes by hand takes forever, and every time I hear this machine go, it is music to my ears. As we hear say on YouTube, it changed my life. But one thing I don't understand about other dishwasher owners is when people buy these measured cleaning pods. What's the point of them? I mean, a dishwasher has a point. It can save you over an hour a day by doing the dishes, but one of these pods might save you a second a day. And for that 1 second of not measuring yourself, you are paying top dollar. I mean, the price difference between liquid soap and pods is 140%. In this place, I also have a washer and dryer, which has also changed my life and made things so easy. But it's the same with laundry machines. Liquid detergent and pods have a price difference of 87%. These beautiful machines do all the work. All you have to do is put this soap in. And although it's convenient to put a pod in, the price difference is not worth it and you are drastically overpaying for them. Now the next thing is water. So if you watch my channel, you know for 2 years of my life, I lived in this small Latin American country, Ecuador. And one thing you really have to get used to when you live there is how you consume water. Because in Ecuador, it is not safe to drink the water from the tap. Because if you decide to drink that tap water, within 10 minutes, you'll be running to the toilet, pooping your brains out. When you drink bad water, you know within 10 minutes that it is bad. I used to joke and ask people, what is the thing I'm most excited about when I go back to the United States? Any guesses? Trusting a fart. There were many moments in my time in Ecuador when I thought I was just letting out some air, but I was really letting out a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying. But in the United States, we have the luxury of having water that is so clean, you can drink it straight from the tap without getting sick. Which is an engineering marvel. And sure, you can think about 1 or 2 scenarios where the water wasn't clean, like in Flint, Michigan. But for 99% of the country, the water is so clean, you can drink it out of the hose that you water your plants with. And we take that for granted. We don't see how luxurious that is. And we choose to go out and buy bottled water, which is extremely expensive. It can be up to 2,000 times more expensive than tap water. People overpay for water for no reason. Now the 6th thing is home cleaning sprays. Another thing that people are spending too much money on is getting a cleaning product for every single area in the house. A cleaner just for the kitchen, a cleaner just for the bathroom, and a cleaner just for the living room. And not to mention those toxic cleaning products just for the air. Because people love to breathe in those toxic, cancerous chemicals. But sure, if you have a bathtub, you might need a stronger cleaner. But for most things, you can just get one all-purpose cleaner for the kitchen, bathroom, and living room. That's what I do in my house is spotless. People overpay for these different cleaning products when they can just buy one and save money. Now the next thing is internet speed. Now you might be overpaying for your internet speed, and I'm going to tell you very quickly how you can tell. First, click on the link in my description to test your speed. So for me, my download speed is this. Now, many people probably don't understand what that number means, but basically, the higher the megabits per second, the more devices you can run without it slowing down. And it's important to know the higher the speed doesn't mean that the internet is faster, but it means that the more devices you can run at once without it slowing down. Now you might be asking yourself, how many megabits per second is enough? Well, I would probably say about 25 per person. You might need more depending on your usage. But if you have a 400 megabits per second plan and you only need 200, then you are overpaying by 44%. So make sure that you are not overpaying for your internet speed. Now the 8th thing is bills. The other day, I was going through all my new bills, and I noticed that some bills offer very easy discounts if you do certain things. For example, my internet bill offered a $5 a month discount if I enrolled in autopay, and another $5 a month discount if I paid with my bank account instead of a credit card. That's $10 a month of discount simply by doing something that makes my life easier. And if you go through all your bills, you might be able to find some of these discounts too. And so many people are overpaying on their bills because they don't take the time to find these discounts. Now, the 9th thing is your phone bill. One bill that most people are overpaying for is their cell phone bill. Because price differences between cell phone carriers can be drastic. For example, the price difference between an unlimited data plan with T-Mobile and Mint Mobile is 100%. I've spoken about Mint Mobile in a lot of my videos because I just think it's a great company and it's a no-brainer to use their service because you can save so much money. So stop overpaying for your cell phone and switch to Mint. Link in the description. Now the 10th thing is cars. If 200 years ago we decided to design our cities and towns for people instead of cars, it would solve so many problems. But sadly, we didn't. And for most people in the United States, you have to rely on a car. Cars are such a burden because there are so many expenses that come with car ownership. I personally have spent about $10,000 on my car in the past 3 years and I don't have a car payment. Long story short, don't buy a Kia. Learn from my mistakes. Kias suck. But in general, cars are just wealth killers and you never know what to expect with any car. And we spend so much money on our cars. However, many people overpay on their cars and they get features they don't use, a style they don't need, at a price they can't afford. People waste so much money on their cars, and ironically, most people just use their cars to drive to their job so they can afford to pay for the car. Don't overpay for cars and don't get a Kia. Now the 11th thing is healthcare. In the United States, it is more common to be unhealthy than healthy. And the reason for that is not necessarily because we're more lazy than other places. It's because of the way our society is set up. Unhealthy food is easier to find than healthy food. Our car-dependent lifestyles limit how much we can walk, and our idea of how to be healthy is very extreme. Our infrastructure almost encourages an unhealthy sedentary lifestyle, and per person, we spend more on healthcare than any developed country by a landslide. And a lot of that has to do with our broken healthcare system. But another part is because we view healthcare as this instead of this. Going to a doctor should be a last resort. Real healthcare is about prevention, being active, eating healthy, and even living with balance. People overpay on healthcare because they don't take the simple steps to live a healthy, active life. Now, the final thing that people overpay for is fun. A huge problem that people have with spending money is that everything they deem fun is connected to spending money. Many people think that spending less money equals having less fun, but there are so many ways that you can have fun by spending little or no money at all. You can take a walk in the park, have a picnic in a small town an hour away, or even get an afternoon beer with some friends for $10. You don't have to spend money to have fun. You just got to change your mindset and find activities that don't cost that much money. Now, before I go, I do want to just apologize. That window has been pretty bright in this video. I didn't realize that until midway through filming. Guess I can't film in the afternoons, but I'm working all the quirks in my new apartment. Lo siento. As they say in Spanish, poco a poco. Muchas gracias. Que tengan un buen día. Nos vemos, chicos.